Hello, welcome to another Alpha Strike We Play video. I'm joined with Taryn here.
Hey guys!
And today we are going to be looking at another box set for BattleTech. This is the one for Armoured Combat. Now,
Boom.
I like this one because there's a lot more meat and potato in it over the beginner box, but you should always start with the beginner box if you're trying to get someone into the game because it's very easy. This is your next step.
I haven't actually seen this that much. I just had a quick flick through the rulebook and it's amped up.
Yeah.
So yeah, start with the beginners.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll put some info up on the screen of the back of the box so you can see everything that comes with it. So there's, as you can see, there's quite a bit of stuff there. It's good.
Yep.
So let's open it up. I shall do the reveal here. Taryn, what's the first item there?
Oh, it's a rulebook. Good lord. Yeah, no, so there's a rulebook there. It's a wee bit thicker than the other one. You got some cool art on the back there too. That's really cool. Nice one there.
So there is a group called Camo Specs Online, and they're basically dedicated fans who love the game and love painting miniatures. So they do basically all the painting and artwork stuff for the game. The good thing about that, they do have a website, so look it up. The good thing about it is that you can see essentially what would be the official paint scheme for a faction, a regiment within the faction, mercenary forces, things like that. So if you want to know, they might tell you the colours, but you might want to see exactly how they're actually painted onto a figure and things like that. So very, very good thing to go to.
If you want to get technical about it, I've never been able to get into it. I go with mercenary sites.
You can have
with tiger stripes and stuff.
That's it, yeah. But so in here, they give you, there's another way to play, we won't go into depth here, there's another way of playing BattleTech. It's called Alpha Strike. So it is a,
Coincidentally.
It is a very, very quick play version for BattleTech. It works quite well.
It works more like a skirmish level tabletop game. So you're measuring out and rolling dice and things like that. It's a lot faster.
Yeah. I think they have rules for playing it on hexes, but I don't know, people I think prefer playing this version without hexes and using the tape measure. It feels a bit more natural for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the idea of a hex because you just count it out, you know facings, all that sort of thing. There's no discrepancy. But this is good. We will look at this another time. But in this box set, they give you the Alpha Strike little cards for these, so you can use these models and these things for it. So so we'll put that to one side. But it's really good and they're really nice too.
You get 2 dice.
So 2 dice.
Nobody wants to see models. Let's look at the dice. Look at the dice.
There are so many people who are just into dice. It's so cool. All right. So there are. So in the beginner box there was 2 miniatures. There was a Wolverine and a Griffin. Yeah, and same sort of thing. So they've now
8 models.
8 models. So they do have. They do have another Wolverine in here. So let me grab out, this is the Wolverine that I painted up from the beginner box. So it's the same. So we'll put a picture up of how good they are and things like that. But these, they painted up really well. And there's a lot of detail on them. So what else do we have in there?
So that one.
We've got a Wolverine. We've got a...
Wolverine. I know the Awesome.
Yes.
I know is that a Locust?
That's the Locust. So there's another assault mech called the Battlemaster.
Yeah, I was going to say there was a Battlemaster there, but I couldn't see it. It's over that side.
Yeah. So the Awesome is quite awesome with all of its...
Oh, the Awesome's the best. Yeah.
What else we got? So there's a Commando, so another light mech. So not as fast as the Locust. It's 30 tons, so a little... I think it's 30 tons, a little bit heavier. Really, really loves SRMs, so it's got a lot of SRMs on it. So even though it's a sort of a scout mech, it's not as fast, but it can do a bit of damage if it has to.
Got a solid punch.
Yeah. Missile gunboats.
Yes, we love those.
Catapult.
That's it. Catapult.
I love the catapult. So it has jump. It's not fast, but it's got good armor. And
2 nice beefy LRM racks and a couple of little lasers, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Taryn likes LRMs, so this is definitely one that he's going to have in his collection for sure. They're so good.
I used to watch those, every now and then there'd be one of those Gundam type style things, the cartoons, and you see them and there's robots over there and robots over there, and then suddenly there'd be this huge swarm of missiles just things blowing up.
And that's exactly how it would be.
That's my thing.
That's exactly
my thing.
And the last one is a Shadowhawk. which that particular design in the fluff has been around for a very, very long time. I think it's a bit underrated. A lot of people, like some of the weapon loads, they're not too impressed with it, but it's quite mobile. And when we're talking the standard rules, you can do physical attacks, charging and pushing, punches, kicks.
It's got solid moves, reasonable armor, and decent weapons. I like it.
It's okay. It's actually quite, it's quite nice.
What's this one again?
So that one is the Thunderbolt. So 65 tons, so it's in the heavy class. There is one periphery faction that uses them quite extensively. They've got multiple factories for them. It's their standard mech, and it's a good choice too. So good armor, good choice of weapon, short, long range. And it looks really nice too. It's a nice design. So and one thing I do like about it. So this is an assault mech. This is a light mech. They've actually got the heights and the scales.
They've scaled them properly,
yeah. So scale creep for some of them has been a bit of an issue. Not with these plastic figures out of these box sets. So Ironwind Metals do some really, really nice BattleTech miniatures. They really do. They've been making them forever. They've had the license forever.
You see some of the old plastic ones that you used to be able to get, and like the Stingers and Commandos and things will be the same size as an Atlas or an Awesome.
If it's not right, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't happen that often, but there are a few little models in their range that do it. Most of the time, they're good. One of the things people like metal is because it has a lot more detail. You can get a finer casting than plastic. But saying that, these plastic ones that I've seen in here, they are very nice.
Perfectly
Lots
fine.
of detail, sharp. The edges are sharp for highlighting and things like that. Very, very, very nice. And so you've got 8 different models there. So you add those to the beginner box. Yes, you've got a double up of the Wolverine, but the Wolverine is an excellent mech.
Yeah, it's a solid mech, so you may as well have 2 of them.
Yeah. So I'm going to pop those there. Look at those later. So, as in the beginner box, you get like a little card thing that shows you all your modifiers and things like that.
Cheat sheet.
So this one has both movement and attack modifiers. There's a lot more going on this one than the beginner, simply because this has the rulebook that covers pretty much everything, including battle mech design. You can get a chassis,
you
modify
can
construct whatever you want. Yeah,
which is one of my favourite sections. Is actually making your own mech or modifying current things.
Taran's always looking at ways to put more LRMs on anything he can.
Jump out those lasers and short range stuff and just whack more LRMs in there.
Yep. That's it. So this is handy. It's good to have. I think they also have something on the back of the rulebook, do they?
Oh no, that's
near the back.
Yeah, something near the back. I think they have the.
I do believe that if you go onto the BattleTech website, you can actually download this. So you can print some more out, which is handy. So if you've got lots of guys playing or whatever, you can
even if you can't do that, just grab a photocopier and
just scan it or whatever.
Yeah.
So what do we have here? Ice Storm. So this is
that fiction?
It's a fiction, yeah.
Nice.
A Colby's Commandos mission, and it's by William H. Keith. So it's not a full. It's
just a short story.
It's a short story, and I think there's actually a full novel of it that you can then read everything, but it gives you a bit of an idea of sort of how combat would be and what some of the worlds, because all the worlds are a little different,
Yeah.
Like as you can imagine, space and planets are all a bit different with the way they do things.
Infinite variety.
So these guys are a mercenary unit apparently. And they found more than they expected while trying to remove a brutal warlord on the icy planet of Golandrinus, yes.
Okay.
And now possess a fortune in gold. A fortune the warlord's mercenary force will do anything to recover. Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
there's definitely going to be some lasers going off there. So pop that there.
Pop that there.
What else we got here? We have a BattleTech primer. And look at all of that. Look at all those novels and stuff that they've done.
Doo-doo.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Look at all of that. So if you like your novels, you like fluff and things like that, these novels will get you right into it. You'll learn a lot about the characters, the worlds, the different factions, how they work. Some of the personalities are just crazy. They're so good. You'll either love them or you hate them.
There's a lot of that sort of like intriguey type stuff going on in most of the novels that I've read. So
So this primer here just talks about it's a universe overview.
the different
Things
factions,
like that,
the different
factions,
home worlds, and all that sort of stuff.
So in this current, because there's a timeline and it changes a little bit.
Star map.
So this is 3025. So most people are used to this era.
Yeah, this is what that was the base level when they first started. 3025 was the year they started, right?
Yeah. Well, when I started, the second edition box set had this year, so it was all this level of technology. So it's good. Like some weapons, and some battle mechs are kings of the field, and that's how it's been for ages. But it gives you a bit of a rundown of each of the factions and like their prominent language. What are they known for? And things like that. It's really, really good. How many planets
very
they have.
in depth.
And it focuses on a little bit of the history. So the first page we turn to is the Star League, which is so when humans started expanding into space, we're all sort of under the Terran hegemony, so all central government, that sort of thing.
And the Star League is like the base of that, isn't
it?
Yeah.
So they were basically the defense force for humanity, I guess you could call them. So the story is quite involved. I won't go into it here. We might do a separate video talking a bit about it.
You can. I shoot stuff with robots.
He does. Normally he's good at it. So, all right. So, there's the different factions there. So it's hard for me to hold that up and turn the page. But thank you, Terry. So Free Worlds League. So House Lau. House Steiner, which is the ones that I like. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. I think the fact that they use like heavy mechs to scout with just seems hilarious. And social generals, they've worked their way up just by having money and just being idiots. Some of them are okay and they're all right. So
quality.
Yeah. Mercenaries, which is Taryn's favourite. Actually, I have mechs that I paint up as mercenaries. You got to have a merc force.
Yeah.
You can have whatever you want.
Always have a merc force.
Hodgepodge or well
paint it however. Put like a purple stripe on each one or something.
What have we got here? Battle mechs and mech warriors. So it gives you an idea of what a battle mech is. That gives you some
how the mech
tips.
Warriors are trained.
Yeah,
where they've come from,
and how the technology integrates between them, how it all works, and there's some extra information of what to go to next. We'll probably do some videos to talk about some of this. These
etc.
These books and things like that. So there's the Alpha Strike rulebook that we were talking about for those cards. So they have a book for that, which has full campaign rules, the whole works. So.
Yeah.
So that's that. So that's quite good. So that'll give you a bit more information, which is in the box here. Just get to that in a second. So like the beginner box, you get a map sheet, but in this case you get two, and they're printed on both sides. So we've got in the beginner box there was a green mat and a deserty one. So they've done the same.
But they've put terrain on these ones, so instead of just light and heavy woods, you've got actual level changes. So you can go up and down hills, and they've got water as well.
Water, and there's roads.
Yep,
roads,
got waters.
And these maps are all line up. They're all compatible, so you can get as many maps as you want. Have a big battleground to fight over. Do whatever you want.
Together like that.
Yeah,
you've got a big long strip.
So that's really good. So you get a couple of maps there.
Quality.
And like the beginner box, I haven't punched these out yet, so you can see. They give
fresh.
you more of those little punch-out cards, which go over the hexes, which changes the battlefield. So you're not playing on the same sort of static thing. You can mix it up a little bit. And the back's also for the other colour. So.
And you've also got your standees as well.
More standees. So if you've got both box sets and you add them all together, so there was two plastic mechs and 8 standees. Cutouts. Yeah, standees in the beginner. And you've got 8 miniatures there and one, two, and another 9 here. So
if you just make copies of your record sheets that you've got or particular variants that you like, you can have a load of people playing.
Yeah.
Or a big game, whichever way you want to play it.
So the beginner box comes with this sort of thing.
Those are the record sheets that you use to track the damage, ammo, all that sort of stuff on your beginner level game.
Yep. So same sort of thing to get you started. I know these don't look as colourful, but if you're printing out a lot, you probably just want it like this anyway. So this is the full record sheet for a mech.
Yep.
So it expands on everything you've got here, and it incorporates heat and
Internal
extra
structure.
internal structure. Yep, damage inside. Things like your engine can take damage. So you start generating heat. Heat's another thing in
Critical
this. Everything
all
can
that
cause
sort of
heat.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the different designs of the miniatures that are in there are here. You can just photocopy them or whatever it is. These you can also download as a PDF on the BattleTech website. So Catalyst, go check that out. And the last one is a blank record sheet.
So you can construct. Yes.
Which is in that book.
Yeah. So there's basic rules for construction in there as well. So you have to put an engine in, you have to put a gyro in, you have to put heat sinks in, etc., etc. It all takes tonnage and it all takes room. And yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is. It is actually very cool to come up with some designs you think could work that don't work as well. Well, it depends who you go up against, I suppose, and what they've got. But this is really good. So you can just photocopy these and just use them over and over again. You've got more than enough pieces to use here to have big games, and that's all there. So
yeah.
So that's really, really good. So the main difference, I'd say, between like the beginner rules and the more advanced stuff, we were talking about how it talks about heat and keeping track of everything. So it does make the game a little slower, but what I've noticed that, like anything, repetition, you get a lot quicker. You start to memorize your hit location tables and things like that.
I don't go that far, but you do start to get better at working out your target numbers quickly. You get better at figuring out where you want to put things quickly. You get better at recording things quickly and marking things down quickly.
Yeah.
I've never bothered to memorize the tables. This man does. I know a 7 is set to torso. That's it.
So with the other video, we played just a one-on-one with the beginner rules. We'll probably do a one-on-one with the more advanced rules, which will give you some more options when you're fighting one-on-one. So torso twisting, for example, where you apply damage, all that sort of thing. It can change the dynamic. Yeah,
internal
all these
damage,
things that are
critical
important.
hits, all of that sort of stuff. You can take damage to your mech warrior in this as well. In that one, you didn't take damage to the pilot. So the pilot will actually cop damage in this one if you fall over or if you take too much heat or if you get hit in the head, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and conscious rolls as well.
Yeah.
So they might
looks
actually
like it's
pass
all
out
in
for a
there.
bit, which is nasty. Like your mech might be perfect. You just get one little random laser shot to the head. Pilot
have a bad roll, he goes unconscious, and it can get ugly.
The basic premise of how each turn goes is essentially the same. You still roll for initiative. They have more scenarios in that main book that you can do, but you can do whatever you want. Be creative. Look at what they have there as a guideline. Make whatever you want.
Yeah, make your own up. Like we said before, you can do just have 2 or 3 friends and put one mech on the corner of the map and just walk in towards the middle and shoot each other on the way. And you're learning the mechanics, you're learning how to shoot, you're learning how to move, you're learning how to track your heat, and you're not worrying too much about tactical stuff. That comes later. You just learn your mechanics first and you're gold. You can start getting that repetition and learning how it works. I'm going to have a look through this.
Yeah, but falling and things like that is another one. If you take enough damage, your pilot's got to do checks. If they fail that, they'll fall over, which can do more damage and possibly knock them out. There's
physical attacks.
Physical attacks are in there. You can,
nice.
if you roll well enough, you can blow someone's arm or limb off or leg or whatever it is. So, and that will sit there in that hex. And you can, if you have a battle mech with arms, so a locust can't do it. Pick it up, start wailing on him. Why not?
It's great. And the infamous death from above.
Yeah. So not just you can charge other mechs, so use the weight of your mech and the speed and just boom, knock them over. Any mechs that can jump, they can do a modified charge when they just leap into the air at the last minute, fire their jump jets.
So your death from above brings you down on the head.
Try and get the head.
That's the theory, anyway.
Water we took in there wasn't anything in the beginner box set.
Yeah, but we did mention it when we played the game, though.
So water's good, but again, if you start taking internal damage and you're underwater, your mech starts to flood and you're out of luck there. So all these other little things, which from a tactical point of view, it adds so much to the game. You got to really, really think it out. So
it's like a light chess, but with big killer robots.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah,
it's it can get a little bit involved, but like I say, if you keep it to start with a beginner, If you like it, then move up. If you start with a beginner and you go, wow, this is really complex, then don't move up. Because, yeah.
But a lot of people have liked the new look of the new designs of everything, the new art. So all of these are from the computer games, which have really, really taken off. Everyone loves those. So it doesn't really matter. Look, if even if you have lots of mechs in your collection and things like that, this box set is really, really good. The models are really nice. They're very clean. I didn't see any issues with those ones that I had a look at. They didn't really need any cleaning up. The ones from the beginner box too, they were fine.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good for a mass production.
Oh, they come pre-built, don't they?
They are just like that.
Okay.
Yep. So on the hex bases, you're good to go. You just got to paint them up if you feel inclined to do it. I really like the catapult. That's good. Yeah, it's got a really good look to it.
They're really, really cool.
Yeah.
But
there is a lot in this. There is a lot in this box set. So they give you really, really nice miniatures, plus some extra standees that you can play bigger games. Fully compatible with the beginner box. They give you everything there. Scenarios, more detailed rules. So those of you who are used to the rules, it's all there. It's an extra book that you can have handy.
Yeah, that's always handy.
And there's fluff and info. Look, it is. It's a really, really nice product. So yeah, I'm going to get to painting these at some point. I did those ones, but I got to do definitely want to do these. So
well, if you want to jump in feet first, then go with this one. But beginner box and then move yourself up. And it's looking good.
So this one is available on the Alpha Strike website, along with a whole host of other BattleTech related stuff. I suggest that if you are interested in getting into BattleTech, this is a good box
set. Have a squeeze.
Yeah, definitely.
It is a good one.
If you have this box set already and you want to share some ideas and some things you found, or share some pictures, comment, just leave some comments there and just let everyone know how you went with it. And
we're going to go and have a game at some point, and we'll let you have a look at how badly I lose.
I think a scenario thing, maybe a middle mini campaign might be the way to go. We've got enough models there. You could make your little mercenary force, maybe.
Campaign, you say?
Would be good. Maybe
I'm interested.
Maybe might make a couple of videos and see how it goes. I think that'd be cool.
See what happens.
Work on that, maybe.
I'm gonna read them ahead so I can cheat. I mean, have tactical advantage.
All right, so that's it. That's the BattleTech Armored Combat box set.
Give it a crack,
guys.
Yeah,
get into it. It's really good.
Yep.
Okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.